Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel. So, July has been very busy. It's been busy and hot. I am over the heat. It's been way too hot. I've been staying indoors most of the time. If I go out, it's around the corner, across the street, getting a grocery, something from something from my list, things like that. Otherwise, I have been indoors, which has led to a lot of manga reading, which I can't complain about. So July has been filled with a lot of manga, and I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who has been in a very similar situation for this month. And I went to the library. I get a lot of manga from my library if I'm not ordering it myself, especially for series that I don't know too much about. I get them through the library, because what if I buy them and I don't like them and I'm stuck with these volumes of I don't know what to do. So I get a lot of series through my library, and a lot of these series that I'm going to be showing you today, you might not have heard of. They might not make sense in terms of this genre cohesion. Everything is just a total different genre, which makes things exciting for me. That's why I pick a lot of different things. And I'm very excited to show you what I've been reading. Also, a lot of these volumes, or a lot of these series, they're not particularly new. So if you're expecting me to talk about new releases in this video, that's definitely not this video. I am going to be showing you series that have been releasing for a while, or maybe are on hiatus, or, maybe have volumes still coming out right now, but they're not by any means new. I don't get anything release date anymore because it's a lot to keep up with. The only thing I keep up with is Junji Ito. Happy birthday, Junji Ito. Gotta love him. But besides Junji Ito manga, I usually don't get anything release date unless I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. So just a disclaimer, just in case you're looking for brand new series that were released, this month in July, I don't have any of that to show you guys today. I'm sorry. Pretty sure someone's gonna be mad about that. But anyway, let's get started with what I have read for July. I have this big pile right here. I don't even think I could carry it. Let me see if I could show you. It's a big pile of manga. So we have a lot to talk about today. Yeah. So the first series that I am going to show you today is called A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. This is by Mai Tanaka and published by Yen Press. This is my thing. I would like to personally thank Mai Tanaka for creating this manga, because I love this kind of stuff. This is exactly my thing. And I know that I have always been into things like this, because as a kid, my favorite movie was Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, whatever it was called. That was my favorite movie, the Ghoul School. I love that stuff. So anything that usually has to do with monsters, especially at a school, I am there. Rosario Vampire, I am there. Things like that, I absolutely just love. So I knew when I saw this that this was going to be my thing. Thank you, Mai Tanaka. Just props to you. So I actually got all the available volumes for Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. This is volume 1. And assorted volumes you're just going to see right now. This is volume 6, I think. And so assorted volumes from A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. It's about a human who is very scared of everything, but then, he goes to teach at a ghoul school, and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. It turns out to be such a funny series. It's one of those comedy series that you just have fun with. There's not really a huge plot line at all, but it's just fun. It's fun to read. It's funny. It's heartwarming at times. I love the variety of the students and the teachers. I like the setting. I like the things that happen. There's a little bit of scary imagery maybe for people who are really young, but otherwise, this is exactly my thing. So I have been reading this series for the month of July, and it's just been an absolute delight. If you also like series that are funny and have monsters or, demons or I don't know what, things like that, this might be a series for you. It reminds me of things like Interview with Monster Girls, even though Interview with Monster Girls is a little more like heartfelt. You're like really like connecting with these girls. It's a little bit more like that. But this is just so funny. And yeah, I would love to talk about this series one day, like in just a video by itself. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've been reading for July. I also have been reading or finishing one of my favorite series of all time. I really love this. I love comedy manga. I really, really do. I am now fully caught up with this series, also published by Yen Press, and I'm just going to cover this because it has the library name. So I'm covering the top. But this is Gabrielle Dropout. I love Gabrielle Dropout. This is another thing, you know, like angels and demons living on Earth, and it's just like the most hilarious thing ever. I love it. This has a cast of characters that are so unique, but they have so much chemistry at the same time. Sometimes when you have like all these big personalities, you're like, oh, it's not going to work out because they're just so different in their own ways. But honestly, it works so well. They have such chemistry in Gabrielle Dropout. I highly recommend it if you like comedy manga series. It's so much fun. So funny. I love the references. I love what happens. I love the jokes, the facial expressions, everything. It's just absolutely so much fun to read. And Satanya, or Satanya is definitely my favorite character. She's hilarious. I see parts of myself in Satanya. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I see parts of myself in her, and it's just a lot of fun. Please go read it if you haven't already. That's Gabrielle Dropout if you like comedy series. Next up is a series called Hatsuharu. This is my shoujo series for this monthly video. I love it. I love it.
I don't have an answer for that.
I wasn't talking to you. This is creepy. Why is she always listening to me? This is Hatsuharu, and this is a series that is very shoujo. All right, it's very shoujo, to the point where I would say this is typical shoujo, where you have this guy who is a playboy, you know, he's very into the girls, breaking their hearts and things like that. And then you have this girl who's like kind of tomboyish, and he's like, you know, definitely, you know, she's definitely not his typical type, I guess you could say. And next thing you know, he totally falls in love with her. He's like, I love this girl. But, you know, he can't say anything, of course. You know, he's not going to say anything, or will he? But, you know, I feel like I've seen this trope in many different shoujo series where you have these two characters who are completely different, and then you have one of them who just completely falls head over heels over the girl or the guy, even though that's not their type. You know, I feel like this is something that we've seen before. So Hatsuharu is not inventing the wheel by any means, but it's very, very refreshing. I don't know, it has a very youthful feeling to it. The characters are cute. The situations are cute and just lovable. I really, really love the characters. And, you know, especially when Riko, the girl that he's into, has a crush on somebody that she cannot have, or she cannot, you know, she can't really say anything about her crush, and she, you know, kind of unobtainable. It's nice to see like that one-sided love thing going on as well. And, oh, I like her, she doesn't like me, she's not my usual type, but I really, really am into her. You know, not reinventing the wheel at all, but it's refreshing, it's youthful, it's fun to read. So if that's kind of what you enjoy reading, Hatsuharu is for you. Like I said, it's nothing new by any means, but it's a fun read. It's a great shoujo read. I feel like it's a great entry shoujo as well. So if you want to get into shoujo, Hatsuharu is a great introduction to that genre. It does what it wants to do well. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's fun and it's cute. And I like Hatsuharu. So check it out if you like shoujos. So my next series is called Granolia. I don't even know how to say this personally. I looked it up. I looked up the Japanese pronunciation. I'm like, I still can't say it. Granolia? Granolia. I think that's how you say it. You know, honestly, this was a total curveball. I didn't know what it was going to be about. A lot of times when I get series, I'm just like, okay, let me try it out. I don't read anything. I want to go into it completely blind. I went into this completely blind. I thought it was going to be more action based, but it's very weird. Out of everything that I've read this month, this is the only series that I dropped. It's about like these seeds. Like if you ingest them, you get special powers. So it's illegal to have certain seeds because you might turn into a plant. So, you know, there's a special force for that. And if you eat these seeds and become a Granolia, I don't, whatever, you're a plant person. I don't know. It's just, it was very odd. I gotta give it props for being different. I haven't read about plant people or people with plant powers. I mean, I've seen certain characters that have that ability, but I've never read an entire manga series that focuses on plant people. So I gotta give it props for that. But still, it just wasn't my thing. I felt like it was very boring. It was trying to be more dramatic than it really was, I guess. I don't know. And I just didn't like it at all. I'm sorry. So I dropped that. Out of all the series that I've read for this month, that was the one that I just said no. Like it's no from me. And then of course, because I forgot one of the things that I read, let me get it for you because I forgot this one. All right, one of them being the second volume of Granolia. And then, this is the volume that I really, or the manga that I really want to talk about. And it is called I Want to Be a Wall. This thing took me by so much surprise. I loved it. I loved it. I understand that maybe some people might not read it because of the things that are featured in this manga, but I absolutely loved this first volume. I am ready to read volume 2. I'm bummed out that my library did not have volume 2 because it was that good. This is something that I am dying to continue. It's about a newly married couple featuring an asexual girl so she's not interested in any of that, you know, spicy things. She likes to read spicy things, you know, but she has no interest in engaging in those kind of things. And then her husband, who has been in love with his best friend for years. So they don't exactly have that kind of love towards each other, I would say. They're kind of, you know, they kind of got married because, hey, everyone's saying, you should be married by now. You should be married by now. So they're getting married, I guess, to fit society's standards. But honestly, this was such an enjoyable read. They respect each other so much. Like, honestly, this is such a great pairing. Like, even though it's not a romantic relationship between these two, they are so respectful of each other, so understanding of each other. And, you know, I love it. I love the bonds that they have. I really, really, truly do. It's really a gem. I can see why people talked about this manga so much. I was a little hesitant about it at first as well, but after I read this volume, I was like, I get it. I get it. It's really, really good. But so that was the last thing that I read for July. I have planned so many more things that I want to read coming up for August. If you have read any of these series before, feel free to comment below. Let me know. Did you enjoy them? Did you hate them? Let me know. And what have you been reading for the month of July? You can also let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if you subscribed, if you haven't already, I would really, really appreciate it. Share my content, share my videos so that more people can watch them and this channel gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's getting bigger by the second. So thank you all for your support and I can't wait to see you all next time.